Okay, so hi. This is a thing I'm going to try out. I've been kicking around this idea for a different podcast and decided to just throw it into the percentages feed because fuck it, it's a test. I've kicked around a few names and I think I like It Came from the Back the most. Tales of Retail Horror. And pretty much this will be me, because I complain about work a lot, but I more want to focus on like really bad stuff or really dumb things that happen in retail jobs, and it won't just be me. I'm going to try to get other people doing this too. Like, come join me and we'll talk about really shitty things that happen. But I'm recording this at 8:51 p.m. on Black Friday. I just got home about 51 minutes ago or so, and I had a couple stories. One major one from today. So nothing really weird happened today. I work at a store that isn't super known for its Black Friday stuff. We don't sell. We have one department, appliances, which sells a lot, but the rest of them, they're not. You're not going to have a bunch of people coming in. I work at a very large big box retailer that has orange. Since I'm actually doing this legal shit. So I'm not going to say the name of the store while I record these. I'll say it in another podcast. A quick background on how the store works. You have your regular associates, which is what I am. You have department heads. You have assistant store managers, and then you have store managers. Now, department heads are like the direct bosses, and mine is inept, to say the least. He doesn't do his job most of the time, and he doesn't know how to do most of his job. So that'll come into play in a few of these stories, but I'm going to focus on one today, and it really kind of has to do with a overall lack of communication and what the fuck kind of customers. So I got into work at 10 a.m. I had a fairly decent shift today. It was 10 to 6:30. Nice midday shift. Don't have to deal with the early morning rush. Don't have to close. That's both nice, especially on a Black Friday. Yeah. So I got there at 10 a.m. At about 10:15, one of the other department heads came and started pulling down pallets of refrigerators and microwaves and vacuums. That was a big one. Vacuums. That needed to be refilled because it was already 4 hours after we opened and plenty of things have been sold. There was this customer looking for a specific, it was on a refrigerator, it was freezers. Looking for a specific freezer, we didn't have any down, so he had to bring them down. He does this and leaves 4 pallets sitting in the aisle, one of my aisles. And for some strange reason, my department, even though it's the smallest department in the entire store, has the most foot traffic. We're located very close to the main entrance that everybody comes through, and we are also kind of you just go past or through our department to get to other departments, except for the ones that are closer to the door than us, or the opposite direction, I should say. But we get most of the foot traffic, and for some reason, people don't look when they go down aisles. So 2 guys with giant carts, like big flat carts full of like appliances and shit, both try going down the aisle with the pallets. The pallets take up most of the aisle. You're not going to get one of those carts down there anyway, let alone 2 people going opposite directions of each other. Now, at this point, it's probably 11:30, maybe noon. I hadn't quite gone on my first break yet. I didn't go to 1:15 was my first break because I took my lunch directly after. Anyway, I ended up going down this aisle to go get paint for a customer. I work in a paint department. And I come upon these 2 gentlemen arguing over who is going to get out of the other's way. I repeat, in a store that has 40, we'll say 24 aisles because it's 2 halves. and there's 24 on either half. In a store that has 24 aisles, these two could not walk 10 feet in any direction. They had to go through this aisle. They wasted more time arguing over who was going to get to go down the aisle than they probably would have if one of them had gone around to one of the aisles on the side and the other had gone to the other. And I'm going to repeat this. The pallets were too large for these carts to get through anyway. That's a detail that'll come up later. So I start attempting to defuse this situation because I do not feel like having a fist fight in my store. I do not want to deal with this. I do not feel like that added stress is something I need for someone of my pay grade. So I am just like, hey, okay, what's the problem? Okay. This in my head, I'm just like, how is this a problem? But I'm like, okay, I understand. You both would like to continue your shopping trip. Are you headed towards the checkout? The guy heading towards the front of the store. I asked him. He says yes. And I said, okay, where are you heading? And the other guy is attempting to get to lumber, which I'm going to say this. He could have turned around, like just gone back the other direction to the front of the store and then gone down the main aisle, which would have been faster than cutting through paint. He tells me he needs to get to lumber. I'm like, okay, I will take you to lumber and help you find whatever you need if you will let this other gentleman pass. He agrees. And so then we realize, oh, your cart won't go past the pallets. Now, again, these guys have the same carts. There's a few different kinds of carts at the place I work. One of them is almost like a big flat sheet of metal with wheels, and it's about 6 inches off the ground, and it's probably about 3.5 feet wide. So they both realize at that point that neither one of them can get past these pallets. So they have to turn around and go back the way that they had come anyway. So I proceed to follow the guy who had to go back the way that he could have gone anyway to get to lumber. I bring him down there, help him load up, make sure he gets to the checkout, and I go back to my department. Now, I still don't understand the mentality of men to look at a situation like this and think, no, I was here first, I get to go, and not just fucking be adults and just move. Just move the fuck out of the way for the other person. Be a decent human being. Get the fuck out of the way. Or, look at the situation and realize we're both not going to be able to fit through here no matter what, and turn around and walk away. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get what's wrong with people. I don't get why this is a thing. What is it? I have had some terrible customers. And I'm going to start using slurs here because I feel a need to tell this story on here because this is the perfect platform to tell this story. I talked about it on Twitter. I can't remember if it was Monday or Wednesday. I think it was Monday of this week. I was trying to make my way across the store so I could go to my break. And I happened to be passing by the registers up front. Now, normally that's not a big deal, whatever. But I happened to pass a what you call it, a my God, I can't think right now. I'm sorry. I'm fried from earlier today. I happened to pass a couple, a very old couple, looked to be mid to late 80s, maybe early 90s kind of couple. They're buying a new microwave, and we've had Black Friday bullshit out for a week. Black Friday doesn't exist anymore. Shit's been going on for a week now. But they were buying a new microwave, and the guy asks me, "Do you know who disposes of these?" And I was like, he's like, "Well, do you dispose of them?" I'm like, no, nobody, I don't think anybody the dump would dispose. I don't know who the hell why would you need special disposal on a microwave? The only thing in there would be like the magnetron or whatever is in there. And I'm not sure that that's a thing that would need like any specialty stuff. So I'm just like, I know we don't, but maybe one of like the other smaller stores would, like Ace or True Value. And I shit you not, this old fucking man looks me dead in the eye and says, angrily, suddenly angry with me. And again, I'm going to use some slurs here, so I'm sorry. "Maybe's not good enough, you fucking retard." I am still confused as to what the fuck was happening. I don't understand white people. I don't understand old white people. I don't get it. I will never understand. I just won't. How is that a thing you do? How is it that you can argue over who's going to get to go through a line or an aisle that neither of you can fit down? What is wrong with people? What is wrong with middle-aged to old white men? What is up with this? Like, I have seen horrible people at my job, and I work in a retail environment. Like, I mix paint and move boxes for a living, and I have met just terrible people. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't know. But that's the kind of stuff. Like, these are the things that I experience on an almost daily basis. If I went back through and decided to talk about a lot of previous shit, oh my God, I would have some things to talk about. Like the guy who angrily started screaming at me because we don't carry a specific brand that is carried by a competitor. It is their brand. We do not carry their wholly owned brand. I have had people argue with me and tell me that, yes, they have bought brand X of paint here before, when again, it is a wholly owned brand of a competitor. Or who will look at me and tell me that I am sure I bought this here, hold up a receipt for X competitor. And I will have to politely point to them to my uniform and show our logo on it and tell them that they may be in the wrong store. I don't understand people. And I was thinking about this earlier because I keep trying to figure out what the fuck is up with like some specific things. And I realized that everybody bitches about millennials and like my generation and stuff, which I guess I'm a millennial. I was born in 89, so yeah, I guess I'm a fucking millennial. People bitch about my generation so much about how entitled my generation and stuff is. I have never once had a bad interaction with someone within, say, 7 years of my age. I don't interact with kids much at my job, so that's not a thing. But anyone like, we'll say, I'll be generous and say 18 to maybe, we'll say 30. 18 to 30. And no, 30. 30's good. I haven't really had any, it's always like the 45 and up crowd that I always have issues with. But anybody from like 18 to 30, like my age range, never had an issue, never had a rude person, because they all fucking understand that retail sucks, because they all work it too, and none of them are gonna fuck with somebody else in retail because they know how much shit it is. So they're just like, okay, I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to be like any kind of trouble. I'm sorry. I know you got shit to do, but I just need help finding this. Like what the fuck? It's just, and then I get older generations, the 45 and up crowd. Heck, we'll go 40 and up crowd, who are the most entitled, dickish, shitty people I have ever had the displeasure of meeting. Almost consistently. I cannot think of, outside of like 2 of our contractors who come in regularly, I can't think of a customer from that age range that I've enjoyed interacting with. I can't think of any of them. I can think of them like mid to late 30s. I can think of some. I can think of a lot of them, actually. I can think of some shitty ones too. But I cannot think of a good interaction outside of 2 of our contractors who are regulars, who I know by name, who I've had good interactions with. There are none. They're all super, super entitled, rude, shitty, and will fucking scream at you at the drop of a hat and start swearing in front of like tons of people and shit. Like, it's ridiculous. So, I don't know. This is, I think, going to be a little experiment where I just kind of talk about the craziest bullshit that happens at work, because there's a lot of it, and this could be fun. Anyway, I'm going to eat because I got to leave my house again at like 6 in the morning, and it's 9 o'clock right now. So I'm going to go get some food in me and sleep, and I'll post another thing later. Have a nice night, everyone. Bye.